The toughest job in politics at the moment is it finding someone to write UK.
Tonight, the action of Friday Night Impact emanates from Glasgow, Scotland, the Hydro, as we prepare for the fallout of last week's thrilling and riveting lockdown event. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Impact. Josh Matthews alongside Taz.
When Jim Murphy was elected leader of Scottish Labour last December, he inherited an unhappy party in deep decline. His predecessor, Joanne Lamont,
the wee boot,
was treated by her Westminster colleagues as like a branch office of London. And in Scotland, Labour was polling terribly, scoring just 23 to the SNP's 52%. So what's changed? Well, first, Mr Murphy vowed that he didn't need permission from anyone, including Labour leader Ed Miliband, about decisions he took in Scotland. He then promised to spend proceeds from the mansion tax, which largely falls on London, on nurses in Scotland, and this week vowed to block fracking north of the border. He also wants to rewrite Clause 4, sound familiar, in Scottish Labour's constitution to emphasise its focus on Scotland. But is all that enough to turn the tide against the SNP surge, or has Labour lost its Scottish fiefdom forever?
And Jim Murphy joins us now from our...
and who the hell is this?
Again, twice in 1 week. You can't have too much of a good thing. Let me get straight to it. We haven't got much time. Let's begin with the TV debates. They were reconfigured during the week. Is it right that Mr Miliband should be debating twice with Nicola Sturgeon on the UK stage, even though she's not even standing for Westminster?
The Labour Party's made it clear that this is an issue for the broadcasters. Whoever the broadcasters want.
Listen, they're not even waiting for the entrance music.
That's a shame. If it gets any bigger, it'll be more like an extra 15 to 1.
But you don't mind that it's
a debate for a Prime Minister.
You don't mind it will be Nicola Sturgeon on the UK stage twice against your leader?
It's for the broadcasters to decide.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to debating Nicola Sturgeon supposed to be in Scotland as well. This is a big decision. A lot of votes to be passed here in Scotland.
Your deputy in Scotland, Kezia Dugdale, she said that she would have no qualms whatsoever, her words, if Labour went into partnership with the SNP after the May election. Do you?
I think it's important to work together as all across Scotland in local authorities. But what Ted is talking about is the same thing that I've been talking about, which is that we don't expect planning, we don't want, and we don't need a coalition with the SNP. The fact is that from the UK election in Scotland in May, it's really a choice of whether David Cameron hangs on to power or whether we can get David Cameron at a downing station by voting SNP. Unfortunately,
a creepy bastard chant here. Thanks to our stand-in ring announcer, Mr. Henderson,
because that may be what the Nationalists want, because they're going to say that Scotland hasn't voted for it. But you talk about the election. Last October, an Ipsos Mori STV poll gave the SNP 52%, Labour 23%. Many dismissed this as a flash in the pan. Last week, the same poll gave pretty much the same result. Why is Scottish Labour 20 points behind the Nationalists?
Well, the Scottish Labour Party hasn't been good enough.
All the air has been taken out of the Hydro, all the energy, all the good feelings taken out.
He'll just take weapons and chairs. He'll throw anything he can find. He always steals beer from people. He's been doing that for years.
On fracking, on funding the NHS. And really what we're doing, rather than the UK government, the Scottish government, continuing to argue about powers, the Scottish Labour Party uniquely saying what we do with those powers.
All right, well,
so the other parties are fascinated by last year's disagreement on the referendum. That's in the past.
Okay, well,
this year's disagreement about the election and where David Cameron hangs on.
I mean, you're keen to dispel the idea that Scottish Labour is a branch office of the Labour Party in Westminster. So give us 3 areas, major areas, where Scottish Labour policy will be different from Westminster Labour policy.
Well, I'm just determined to demonstrate...
Look at this, he's doing like almost a version of a bad version of a flip-flop fly.
And but if it was ever the case in the past that Scotland was a branch office of the UK Labour Party, that's gone.
So
look at this
3 areas are
chicanery.
Fixed or veteran terminals, which is a real problem in many working class communities. On the
doesn't care about the members of the audience.
Industry, particularly important, and what we've
How can you love this?
Different. So, Andrew, you asked me for 3 areas. I've given you 3.
Look at him. Looks like he never stepped foot in the gym.
Andrew, I'm happy to do that.
You've given me 3 and I want to interrogate each one.
I look forward to that. But
so
that's
I just asked for 3.
Just in one, 3 just in one
You've
day
given me
that we've
3.
announced.
So let me, I mean, you've ruled out fracking in Scotland, quote, until environmental and health safeguards are in place. That's London Labour policy too.
The fact is that I announced 3 in just
such
one
a
day.
nasty-
There's no difference there.
He's not
Somebody's got to come out here and stop this thing before it goes too far.
And what would
be different is we would get local people across Scotland the right of voting. Any proposal on fracking, yes, you would have to meet the UK criteria and the 15 tests that will be debated in the House of Commons tomorrow, but we would also say to local communities in Dumfries and Falkirk and all across Scotland, if you have concerns, we will put it to a local referendum and local people have their say. Communities shouldn't be used as a testing ground on science that have yet not been proven in environmental concerns.
Well,
still exists. That's really clear, Andrew, and I hope
it doesn't seem to be that different from London, though. But let me ask.
I know, Andrew, stop a minute. I know that's the interview you want to have.
No, please accept.
Andrew, please accept that's a significant difference.
Well, you're saying it is, so people can decide for themselves. Here's one area where you could be different. Most Labour activists in Scotland want to scrap Trident. Why don't you take that position? That would differentiate you big time from London.
It would differentiate us, but it would be wrong.
It would be wrong.
The fact is that you'd make a decision on the nuclear return, not about
deranged! Bloodthirsty! And looking for revenge!
It's about negotiation with other nuclear states to ensure that the world is nuclear free.
This man's psychotic!
It's too important to be involved in that sort of horse trading on the nation's safety. I want a world free of nuclear weapons.
Sure.
You should negotiate that away with
sickening look in the eyes!
Not negotiate away for partisan gain.
Very interested in that. So for you, Trident is non-negotiable with the SNP.
I'm not looking for negotiations at all.
Yeah, it was a little
But
crazy.
if you ever found yourself in that position, you've tried to be non-negotiable.
I know you're going to get frustrated by this, Andrew. It's the answer that all the politicians give. Of any politician that expects its party to form an actual government will give this answer. We're not getting involved in a debate on negotiations of what happens if we lose the election. We're determined to win, and nothing in life, even the polls that currently are in Scotland, where we are behind, I'm not contemplating defeat.
I mean, he's breaking the code here.
He's coming second in Scotland, he's coming last, and we're determined that doesn't happen.
Let's finish on your own future. Can you clarify for our viewers, are you definitely standing for Westminster in May?
Well, it's got to a point where it's like, I mean, is it an overstatement to say he's not controllable? Took an eternity. He got what he deserved.
My constituents, some of whom
this was not pretty. It wasn't intended to be so.
It's 100 days. Can you not tell us categorically, yes or no, are you standing for Westminster in May?
That was pretty good right there, I gotta say.
To be watching your programme, but not all of them. I'll tell my constituents if the situation changes in terms of me being a candidate for the UK election in May, my commitment is I'm going to be Labour's candidate for First Minister in 2016.
Runaway freight train.
That we build a Scottish Labour Party.
Oh, this is disgusting!
That's fine. But
I'll do that as the candidate.
But this is an important point. The
2016.
people of East Renfrewshire have a right to know, as does the rest of Scotland. Is there a possibility you may not stand on May the 7th for East Renfrewshire?
You are
right. God, what a shot!
Right, no, and I'll tell them first rather than through the broadcast.
I think people will find it remarkable that with 100 days to go, you cannot be categorical. But let me ask you one more question. If you become an MSP in Hollywood, do you rule out being both an MP and an MSP?
If I'm First Minister of Scotland, I wouldn't want to be an MSP. But I'll make decisions. I'll make decisions about these things. And again, it's a boring answer to a predictable question, which is I'll tell my constituents first about these things.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, I really forgot.